What's up, YouTube? I'm the Calcara131 and this is my review of the Core Essentials gun belt. So if any of you are in the concealed carry lifestyle, if you carry a gun every day, likely a while ago you figured out that one of the most important yet underrated items you need to conceal carry effectively is a good gun belt. If any of you have ever tried to carry even a compact size gun, say a Shield or something like that, maybe a Glock 43, a lot of you have probably found out that if you try to use just a standard Walmart dress belt, it's not going to go very well. And if that is you and you don't like concealed carrying because of that, let me give you a tip. Try picking up a dedicated gun belt. Core Essentials is the one I've been using for months and months. I'd say probably 6 months plus, and I have had absolutely zero issues with it. It is a triple weaved nylon gun belt. They offer leather gun belts as well, but I mean, it's stiff enough to hold itself up. You can try and bend it, but it barely bends. This thing is stiff as hell, and that's exactly what you want for a gun belt that you're going to be holding up a gun with, because that's, depending on the size of gun, you know, up to maybe a pound plus of extra metal in your pants that you need to be holding up. That's why you need a belt that is stiff enough and actually purpose made to carry a gun. Now, the Core Essentials, I went with it because it has a very interesting feature that not a lot of other belts have, and that would be this ratcheting system. You know, your standard belt, they're gonna have just sizing holes every inch, inch and a half, whatever. And this is a whole lot more convenient in that you can wear it with a gun, without a gun. You can wear it a little looser, a little tighter, and it's no big deal because all you have to do is push it in and it'll tighten. You should be able to see the back of that and how it tightens up on those teeth. To release it, on the bottom you have a little tab here. Push it in, whole thing slides out. That's why this is one of my favorite belts. This is my favorite belt. You know, if I am going to work, where I currently work, I'm not allowed to carry, so I can tighten this up on my pants and I can keep it as tight as I want. But say I'm on break and I'm going to get food, I'm gonna have a gun on me, so I can just loosen this up a little bit, put a belt, put my gun in, tighten it back up, and then I'm good to go. And if any of you are worried about how tough these teeth are, I haven't tested them like to a limit personally. I've had no issues with them. I've never had it. None of these teeth have broken or chipped or had any issues for me. However, I will link in the description a video by Mr. Guns and Gear. He did a video reviewing these a month or so ago, and he put this on a fence and put a 50-pound kettlebell on it and let it slam down, and there was no issues at all. So I think durability is something you should definitely not be worried about. So another really nice feature about the Core Essentials gun belt is it's largely one size fits all. I don't know how well you can make it out, but on the inside of the belt there's numbers on it. It's because their standard belt is good for anywhere from 28 up to like a 45 waist. So one belt, all you have to do is get it, and for the overwhelming majority of people, this is going to be the only belt that you need. All you do is take whatever your belt size is. They say add like extra 4 to whatever it is. Take that, cut it to whatever size you find that your number is. I can't crack it off now, and then this part, you just slide directly onto wherever your number was cut. You clamp it down, and it has teeth in there that really lock into the material, and has 2 set screws on top of that that screw down into it. So this thing is rock solid, and there's no way you're going to pull this thing off. I have never been able to do it, and even if I were to sit down and actually try to pull this belt end off, there's no way I could. Now, the different heads are one of the things that confuse me, the belt buckles. Whenever you go on their website, which I'll also link in the description, When you go on their website, you'll see there's X1, X2, X3, X4 different gun belts. There's different colors. There's Like I said, they have the more of a nylon webbing, tactical style of belt. They have a straight leather belt too. But the only difference between any of them, let me make this kind of clear for you guys. The only difference is the belt buckles. They all work exactly the same. The only difference is going to be what the belt buckle looks like. So just go to the website, find the color you like, find whatever belt buckle you think looks best. Decide if you want leather or nylon, and then that's all you need. That's the only difference in them, and that was one of the things that confused me. So I wanted to clarify that with you guys. Now the belt buckle itself has held up really well for me. You can definitely see some nicks and dings. I've been wearing it for, like I said, about 6 months or so. Not 100% sure how I scratched the hell out of it right there, but all in all, it's held up pretty damn well. And considering that I don't wear my pants tucked in much, I normally have my shirt over the belt. No one sees it anyway, but it's held up pretty well. One of the only issues that I have with it is it does not come with a holder to keep your excess down. So that's kind of annoying, I think. It does come with one, but it's just a small piece of like Velcro elastic or something that you put totally separately around the belt. I'm not a big fan of it because you have to then try to keep it directly on the belt and try to slide it through your belt loops every time, and invariably there's going to be times where it gets caught on the damn belt loop and they're going to slide back. Then you have to try and push it through all the way around. It's an annoying hassle. So I personally, whenever I wear this, I don't even use it, and I'll just use a belt loop as a holder, which is kind of annoying, but it also works out because I found through just experience with it that for me, my body shape and how I carry, I have to have the belt, whenever I'm wearing it, I have to have it offset like this. I carry appendix, so my gun is normally sitting right here. This really gets in the way. So I normally have it offset, and that normally means there's a belt loop around here for this to sit in. So that works out pretty well. You might notice there's a bit of a curve to it, and that would be because, again, I carry it offset like this. So a lot of the times when I'm at work, I'll find this gets caught on something, and that's why it's kind of bent back like that from getting caught and twisted on shit. But it's still held up perfectly fine. Even after, like I said, 6+ months of wear, there's not a whole lot of wear and tear even on that end. It's holding up pretty damn well. And then across the rest of the belt, I mean, there's not really any signs of wear and tear at all. It's made really well. I have absolutely no qualms about, carrying a gun with this every day and trusting my life to it, because if you get a cheap Walmart belt and carry your gun with it, I'd be kind of hesitant about that. If you buy like a $10 belt, you're getting a $10 belt. A few other things that Core Essentials offers. They offer the gun belts. They do, however, also offer just normal dress belts, casual belts, stuff like that. And as far as I'm aware, even those have that ratcheting system in it. They also offer a couple different kinds of wallets that they make. They offer some accessories. One thing I forgot to bring out here to show you, but they do also offer, is a belt hanger for it. So in your closet, just hang the hanger on a hook or whatever, and then it has a little piece of plastic that hangs down that has ratchet teeth on it, like that. So when you want and you're done with it for the night, you can just slide it directly up on it, and the teeth will catch on this, and it just kind of hangs there. It's pretty convenient. It has a slot for 2 of them, which is another thing to add on. Whenever you're buying one of these, again, I'll link the website in the description if you wanted to go check it out. When you're buying one of these, you have the option for, at a discount, it saves you like $5, I think. You have the option to buy a totally separate gun belt. Not with a buckle involved, but you can get a whole separate one of these belts for $25, which is a pretty good deal if you think about it, considering the belts themselves, I forget, but they cost anywhere from $60 to $70. The entire belt with the buckle and everything. So to say that you can get for $25 when you buy one of these a totally separate belt with no buckle, that's a pretty good deal. If you do that, and then I'm pretty sure the belts I saw were, or the buckles on their own were $30. If you do that and buy them kind of separately, you can get 2 belts and save 10, 15 bucks on one of them. 25 for the belt, 30 for the buckle, as opposed to 60 or 70. So that's a pretty easy way to get two of them. So real quick, pro and cons of this. The pros of the Core Essentials gun belts are, they're stiff, you know? They're gun belts made to be gun belts. They hold their own weight, which is an important thing. They're stiff enough that you can barely freaking move these things. I have to actually push on the inside to make it bend, and even that I can barely do. And that is with the nylon gun belt. I have heard, and I haven't looked too much into it, but I'm pretty sure the leather gun belts aren't as stiff. I'm pretty sure these nylons are made to be a bit stiffer, but they're gun belts. They succeed in being a gun belt. They're stiff enough to hold up pretty much any gun you can imagine. I everyday carry a Canik TP9 SF Elite, which is Canik's Glock 19, so almost a full-size gun, just a little bit smaller, and this holds it up perfectly fine. Other pros, the ratcheting system. The ratcheting system is really convenient, you know? Like I said, I love the fact that no matter what I'm doing, I can just hit a button, release it a little bit if I want to be a little more relaxed. I don't want my belt as tight. If I'm going to be doing something a bit more strenuous, I want my pants to sit tighter, tighten it up a little bit. You don't have to undo a buckle and then go to a whole new hole, and it might be a little too tight or a little too loose for what you want. This adjusts, and I'm pretty sure it was 1/4 inch increments. So you can get really, really in depth with what the exact tightness you want your belt at. Other pros are, again, largely for most people that are 44 waist and below, one belt's gonna do you. Buy it, you don't have to worry about it. Find whatever size you want, find whatever size you are, add 4 inches to it, cut it, put the belt buckle on, you're done. That's all there is to it. Other pros, I don't think it's too terribly expensive. I haven't looked too much into other high-end purpose-made gun belts, but 70 bucks to say I have a belt that is about 6+ months old and still looks great. I have no issues imagining this is going to last another year or two. That's not much at all. 70 bucks for a belt that'll last years, that's a pretty good fucking deal. Cons of this thing, again, I wish it would have some kind of built-in belt keeper. I don't know how they do it, but I'm sure they have people they pay to come up with stuff like that. So it would be nice if they did have a built-in belt keeper, or at least one that, in my experience, wasn't totally free sliding on the belt at the very least, which is, again, that's kind of annoying. But honestly, that's literally the only con I can really think of. This thing it's a simple product. It's just a belt. How much more simple can you get? But it does everything it's supposed to do really, really well. So if you're in the market for a new belt, a new dress belt, whatever, casual, everyday carry sort of belt, you're looking for a gun belt, you want to have a belt that you can wear, again, like every day when you're going out to a pretty nice dinner, when you're going to the range, you can just slide a outside the waistband holster on this thing. If you want to have a belt that you can do pretty much anything with, check out Core Essentials. They're great belts, and I recommend them wholeheartedly 100%. So if you liked the video, you found it informative, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of this belt. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you ever tried one? Whatever. Yeah, share the video around. Let some other people see it. I am the Car 131, signing off.